Football and sport is great at bringing communities together, either to participate.
To me, it's not just about watching the game, right? It's about being passionate about.
We just live and breathe everything football. Alex is so passionate.
If there is a game at 6 and I suddenly yell, she knows that there is a goal being scored or something.
Well, no, because if he's not mentally ready, doesn't matter whether it's an easy game or not. If you're not well, you're not well.
And it's a big problem, especially for a lot of men as well, and young boys.
Finding those connections and finding those outlets that helps you release.
And so many people go through life like this. This is bullshit.
We say hello to each other at every game. We celebrate goals together. We cry about defeats together and all those kind of things.
I almost don't really like the phrase mental health because it implies that it's different to other health. And it is just, to me, it's just everything. It's who we are.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Martinez, Chief Media Director of Mentally United. We're a passionate nonprofit dedicated to empowering mental wellness and fostering community connections through creative and impactful initiatives. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce our very new campaign focusing on the powerful connection between soccer, mental health, and community support. This time, we're diving deep into the world of Manchester United and how this iconic club has been a beacon of resilience, hope, and unity for millions of fans around the globe. Soccer, known as the beautiful game, has an extraordinary ability to bring people together, create lasting bonds, and provide an outlet for stress and struggles. The highs and lows of supporting a team mirror the highs and lows that we face in life, teaching us resilience, hope, and the importance of community. Manchester United is not just a football club, it's a global phenomenon, known as one of the biggest football clubs in the world and undoubtedly the pride of the UK. United epitomizes the values of resilience, unity, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. The New York Times earlier this year declared Manchester United as the most valuable football club. The recognition reflects not only the club's financial power, but also its immense cultural impact. With a staggering fan base of over 1.1 billion supporters worldwide, Manchester United is a testament to the unifying power of sports, transcending borders, and bringing together fans from all corners of the globe. You may wonder what makes it so special. Well, everything. Manchester United's history is a saga of triumph, heartbreak, and remarkable comebacks. The club has shown time and time again that it never gives up, a trait that has been deeply instilled since its formation in 1878. The further made part of the club's DNA under the legendary management of Sir Matt Busby and Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex, who spent 26 years managing United and knocking Liverpool off their perch, famously wrote, "For me, drive means a combination of a willingness to work hard, emotional fortitude, enormous powers of concentration, and a refusal to admit defeat. This attitude is something that we can apply to our mental health journeys. Never give in, always push forward, and embrace the support around you." One of the most poignant and defining moments in Manchester United's storied history is the Munich air disaster. On February 6, 1958, tragedy struck as the plane carrying the team crashed, claiming the lives of 23 people, including 8 players from the legendary Busby Babe squad. This catastrophic event sent shockwaves through the football world, leaving a deep scar on the club and its supporters. Yet, from the ashes of this unimaginable loss, Manchester United rose with extraordinary resilience through grassroots community support. Just a decade later, in 1968, Manchester United won the prestigious European Championship. In between, Sir Bobby Charlton also played a pivotal role in delivering England's greatest soccer achievement by helping them win their only World Cup in 1966. England has since not won a World Cup or a Euro, underscoring the magnitude of that victory. These moments exemplify the relentless spirit and resilience that define Manchester United. The club's ability to rise from adversity and achieve greatness has inspired fans and players alike to never give up. This spirit of perseverance and fortitude forms the bedrock of our mental wellness campaign. Just as Manchester United has triumphed over tremendous odds, we too can confront life's challenges with unwavering resolve. By staying mentally united and drawing strength from our community, we can navigate through the highs and lows and fostering a belief in ourselves and in each other. Now, I'm thrilled to pass the torch to Naomi, our Chief Content Officer, who will delve into our campaign, highlighting the profound impact soccer and Manchester United have had on the mental wellness of their fans.
Thank you, Catherine. Hi, everyone. I'm Naomi, Chief Content Officer at Mentally United. As part of our soccer and wellness campaign, we had the honor of connecting with 2 incredible figures whose contributions to Manchester United's legacy are truly impactful. Andy Mitten, a respected journalist with decades of experience covering the club, and Wes Brown, a former United player celebrated for many unforgettable moments, including his assist to Cristiano Ronaldo during the Champions League final, helping United claim the prestigious trophy for the third time. Let's hear their unique perspectives.
Hi Andy, great to be in San Diego here with you today. Thank you for stopping by to speak to me. I want to ask you a couple of questions. The first one being, you've traveled around the world, connected with different stars, legends, and you've seen the connection between mental wellness and soccer firsthand. What can you tell us a little bit about that?
I think mental health is a big issue in society, but also in football. I think that people in football are much more open about talking about mental health now, whether that's players, whether that's supporters. I'd be from a generation where it wasn't really talked about when I was younger, and I see it a lot now, and I think that's a good thing if people are open. If you look in the UK, the suicide rates, especially among young males, it's the highest killer of young males. And if some good can come from talking about that to prevent that, to get that rate down, because sometimes males just bury their feelings, they don't talk, they don't communicate. I think females are much better at opening up. And I think that there are pressures within society to conform to certain ideals, and I think that often social media would put across an idealized version of what somebody should be, and life's not like that. Life isn't black and white. Life's many shades of grey, and I think that it is becoming a bigger issue, and that is a good thing. That people are talking about it, that it's much more mainstream now. I speak to a lot of football players, and some of them are really big names. And people think that just because they're famous, that they don't have mental health issues as well. And just a couple of days ago, a footballer called me, and I could tell he was down, I could tell he was low. And that's fine. And he didn't come out to me and say how he was feeling. I could just tell, and I think sometimes it's good to listen to people, to support people. And I'm in a world where everything changes really quickly in football. The mood can change according to the results of a football team or the performance of a player. And that's understandable, but it's not always a good thing, because some of the abuse that some of the players get is really visceral. It's real, it's horrible. And it doesn't need to be about extremes. If someone does well, they're not the greatest thing ever. Just say, okay, this is good, fine. Equally, if somebody does bad or has a bad game, they're not the worst thing ever either. But I think social media's algorithms really push extreme reactions, and I'm not comfortable with that. Because when I do my journalism, I often write with balance, with context. I give different opinions, and sometimes I just see walls of anger on social media. And I think that the social media companies have got some responsibility, because if I started posting really angry things, I know that they'd go viral. I know I'd get lots of hits and likes, but I don't do that because that's not how I feel. And it's an issue, and it's become more of an issue in recent years.
Thank you, Andy. That's very insightful. We've touched on so many important topics, and I don't assume we can conclude them out here today. But I do also want to ask you a question around mental wellness, Man United, and how it brings the community together. Today we are here in San Diego from all different parts of the world, and instead of maybe being isolated, we're here together as a community. And can you touch a little bit about that?
Football and sport is great at bringing communities together, either to participate or to watch. So we're here in San Diego, and there's a big community of San Diego Manchester United supporters. The mood is good, there's positive vibes. This is a good thing. There's people from all different backgrounds, all around the world, who've made San Diego their home. And I love it that football is a great social leveler as well. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, you're black or white. If you love Man United, then there's a place for you here. I think bringing people together in real life is a good thing. A lot of people spend too much time on screens now. They're disconnected from reality. And if you make the effort to go out and make yourself look nice and come out and speak to new people and see them and look them in the eye and shake their hands, I think that tends to be positive. And I've met Man United fans from all around the world. I love it. I love it. The only thing you might have in common with them is your support for a football team. So it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. But community is a really important thing as well. And sport helps with community, but just community in general. Keeping an eye out for somebody. People have good and bad times in life. Not everybody's fortunate that everything goes swimmingly well all the time. People have good and bad days. So if you're trusted and there's a community where you feel like people have got your back, then isn't that what humans should do? They should help each other. And that all leads back to your central point about mental well-being. Just saying hello to somebody in the morning. I know that loneliness is a big issue among older people, so I make the effort to speak to older people. There was a lady last week being wheeled in a chair by probably a daughter. She was probably 90 years old. This was in Spain. I said, "Hi, are you from here?" And she must have thought that someone had just spoken to her. I said, "I'm from Manchester in England." She said, "I've never been to England." And we had a chat, and she said, I've got a son who lives in Rome, a nice city, and I've got another one who lives in Munich. I said, well, your children have chosen great places to live. And it was a really innocent interaction, just in the street. But I liked it. I think she liked it. She might have thought, who's this crazy guy talking to her, but I don't think she did. And so many people go through life like this. This is bullshit. You know, I get that people are addicted, I get that they're important, I get that you've got all your friends in a phone, but sometimes, look up, there's beauty in the world. And it plays back into general well-being.
Thank you, Andy. I personally resonate with that quite a lot. Part of Gen Z, not very proud of how much we spend our time online, but that's something that, you know, human beings in the normal world, they used to talk to each other. That's just something we've forgotten. And you also mentioned it, to top it all off, not only are we spending so much time on our phones, but we've also allowed it to give us so much negative feedback from the people surrounding us that ultimately, you know, really negatively affects our mental wellness.
Because when you're growing up, you know, you are conscious of your body shape. You go through stages in life. You're growing, your brain's developing, and there's pressure to conform, and it's not easy. I remember when I was a young teenager, I was really conscious I was too skinny, and you know, you can grow out of it, you can be more confident, but it just doesn't happen overnight. And it's nice to be nice to people. It's good to be kind to people. And sport can do that, football can do that, Manchester United can do that. All plays into community. It's not just watching a game on a screen. There's a lot of people around the world who care for each other and have friendships regardless of the results. Manchester United brings people together. I can honestly go anywhere in the world. If I say I'm there, someone will get in touch with me and say, I read your work, I listen to your podcast. That is so nice.
And it's a big problem, especially for a lot of men as well, and young boys who feel that, you know, they can't speak or tell anybody what they're going through. And I always think, you know, football in general, or sport in general, brings a lot out of these kids. You know, you're with your friends, you're with your mates, you know, on the pitch, you're together, you're as a team, you're trying to win stuff, you talk about stuff afterwards, and someone else can help. And what's going on is in between all the football, you know, people are talking about stuff and how they're feeling, and then by doing that, friends are helping in other ways. Sometimes they don't even know they're doing it, but it's definitely a big part of it. And I think the first step is talking to someone, especially if you're not a talker. You know, you hold it all in. It gets worse and worse. And I think just by talking, you listen to people, and they might have gone through the same thing. And sometimes that's not even the case. Sometimes they just want to help. So anything they need, they're trying to help in any way. Mental health's been a big issue now for forever, but it's only just been started talking about it. You know, in recent years, the last 5 to 10 years, it is something, you know, a lot of communities need. And obviously being at this event, I mean, I've been to many before, but this is going really well. You know, getting all the kids in from the community and different parts of the community, playing soccer, you know, brings a lot out. You know, it brings the kids out. It gets people enjoying themselves, and you know, it's good for all sorts of things. It's not just about winning. It's good for mental health. It's good for meeting other people. And then obviously these are kids who are going to become young men and women soon. And it just helps out just getting out there and being themselves.
Thank you, Andy and Wes. You couldn't have said it better. We hope to see more conversations from athletes and journalists around mental health as it truly impacts our communities. We believe that sports and soccer are powerful outlets to help overcome struggles and create positive change. To explore this connection further, we connected with Manchester United fans from all across the United States. Fan group leaders, dedicated followers, and families who bring the spirit of Old Trafford to life wherever they go. Let's hear their inspiring perspectives.
Hi, my name's John Neal.
My name is Andrew Tran. This is my dad here. I'm Tran.
My name is Alfonso, and I'm from San Diego, California.
My name is Ivo Spiro.
This is my son Alex. He's Alex Neal.
My name's Eddie Barra, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I'm Jason. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Hi, Lisa.
Daniel Delgado, and we are from Ramona, California.
Hello, I'm Ivani Barra from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
My name is Elisa, and this is
Penelope,
and we're from Sacramento.
Oh man, United is our life. It's we just live and breathe everything football. Alex is so passionate. I introduced football into his life, but you can't teach his passion. He just absolutely loves football.
I'm originally from Europe, from Bulgaria. So all over Europe, football is a really big sport. So I remember all the time after work or after school in college, we always used to go play, get together. So obviously that, as far as wellness, it has so many benefits. I mean, physical, obviously, mental, all of that. So it's just a great way to build a community.
For me, it's not just about watching the game, right? It's about being passionate about something and building unity and keeping a focus on winning and enjoying the camaraderie with people, and that's what I really do enjoy about this, and whether it's here, whether it's on TV, watch parties, it doesn't matter, it's just an awesome experience to do this.
Manchester United, being in the supporters group, both locally in Albuquerque and coming on tours, just makes me so excited to meet new friends and to collaborate with other supporters groups to understand the needs of their community. The supporters groups all have different lifestyles and everything, and we just want to bring everybody together to create a unit that's only one for United.
Well, I think it's just important, establishing a community that you can connect to and being able to get out of your home, especially after COVID, and being able to find connections and relating to people outside of social media, or outside of being electronics, and being out in person and being able to relate on a certain topic and being able to just celebrate wins and things together.
We actually got involved in a community back home, so it's been great to meet so many new people, and you're just all invested in the same thing, and then you find other activities and hobbies that you're all into as well. So it's been great to find different sources of wellness, actually.
And how would you say Man United has contributed to your journey?
Well, she started loving it, and I was like, let me see what it's about, and I started loving it too, and it was kind of like, okay, now I'm going to start watching the games because it's just fun.
Yeah, very intense but exciting. Yeah, even when they lose, it's still a great time because it's still your favorite guys, so it's been good for both of us. Yeah,
it's great. It's brought us really close over the last few years, and we have such a good bond, and just our passion and love for football. It's great. I know we struggled during COVID and not been watching live games. Alex will watch games on TV, but I think being there, of course it does, and meeting people and that camaraderie that you have and friendships that you form, it's really special.
Well, the Man United community, it's almost like a gigantic family, basically. I mean, once you get to know others in other cities and everything like that, and again, you share basically a common bond as far as the club. And of course, whenever you travel, I mean, it's all, especially if you're going to visit, you watch United, you're never with strangers. Let's put it that way. I mean, it doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, what city you go to. if there's a match on and chances are there's going to be a place where you can actually watch the games and you can actually bond with people that have similar interests.
As the leader of the Albuquerque Red Devils, I feel it's my obligation to create a good environment for everyone in our group and to encourage them to bring other folks in to join, and that just makes me happy.
It's helped me connect a lot more with her because we just sit around, watch the game, and yell, and it's just, we connect a lot more sitting together, having something to bond over with the players and stuff. It's
The
pretty
intensity
fun.
gets us pretty riled up. Yeah.
In terms of how these two teams, or soccer in general, has brought us two closer as a father and son, my earliest memory is actually of him picking me up as a child to come downstairs to actually watch the games with him. But I would stay up so late, I never actually woke up for the games, but he would still every weekend pick me up and carry me down there and just lay me next to him as he's watching it. I don't understand why though, because then he can't cheer for his team because he can't wake me up. But yeah, I think that's what's brought us really closer, and we've both just grew up loving soccer.
During the holiday season, we collect socks for the homeless, upwards of 800 pairs of socks. And with that, we have the city supporters come in and help, and Liverpool supporters come in and help. So it brings the soccer community, the Premier League fan groups together to do something positive in the community. This past year, we decided to maybe host a kid, that needed some help. So we pulled our resources together, and again, all the supporters groups chipped in, and everybody was able to donate for this one child. Both of his parents got really extremely sick during COVID. Both of them had lost employment and needed long-term medical care. But they have a son in club soccer who's an amazing kid, wonderful athlete, a star student. But he wasn't able to travel because his parents didn't have the means to send him. So we all pitched in and we raised, I think it was $870 to help him reunite with his team, because, that poor guy, this is his life, his family, his teammates are his family, and we were able to pull together and help him be with his family, his soccer brothers.
And we help each other, right? Because every club has different. They have issues, when people want to talk politics, people want to talk about those types. It's just unhealthy, right? The way my wife and I see it is that when we are watching Manchester United games, we see one red, and the red is Manchester United, and that's it. We don't see any other red. What is the blue? What is the politics? And we always tell our people that don't talk politics, don't talk religion, just enjoy the game and enjoy the athleticism from these guys, and enjoy this, and that's kind of what we do. I mean, nobody was talking politics. I'm not talking to anybody about politics, or nobody's talking to me about politics. So, and that's the way it should be.
And one of the things that you and I discussed last night was talking about players. You get so into the games and emotional, both either excited or sometimes you're just fuming. And it made me realize just how sad it was for the players to have us as fans berating them, really, they know they've had a bad game, but yet here we are, keyboard warriors, even bashing them even more. And I just realized that it's not healthy. We can think, okay, they've had a bad game, and they do, and we have our opinions, but to go so far as to tear them down further, it's just not acceptable to me. Now, after a year's worth, that's where I am right now. I don't do it. I appreciate them. I can say they've had a bad game and move on.
Physical activity, helping to boost our mental health, hobbies, like he said, finding those connections and finding those outlets that helps you release those stresses or those any of the things that you have experienced day to day, and just having those outlets that you can really feed into.
As soon as I step into the field, all my stress and all my problems go away because I'm just focusing on that one important sport and just playing, having fun.
I'm a physical education teacher, so I'm always gonna support or give any advice to always stay active, you know, living a lifestyle that's gonna include being active. And if you watch, you know, a certain sport and you support it, you get something like this atmosphere, and it's just, you know, hopefully you enjoy it even more, and it's always gonna be a great time.
I always love sharing games, watching games with friends and family. I'm always the one, like, even my partner knows if there is a game at 6 and I suddenly yell, she knows that there is a goal being scored or something like that. So definitely helps in the community aspect. I've made many friends through it. I've traveled around the world supporting them. So there's definitely a huge community factor around it.
Alex made a really good friend, Adam from Ireland, and it's just great to see, and they watch football together, and it's you know, it crosses so many boundaries, and it's something whether Alex has a physical disability, and yeah, it's very important. Like I say, we live and breathe football, and it's just great to come to things like this and be part of the community and see how other people in other cultures and in other countries just football can bring everyone together. So football is just a massive part of our mental health and well-being. So we appreciate the great shirts that you've given us. We're supporting them all today. So yeah, thank you very much.
That was genuinely so powerful. Thank you everyone who took part in sharing their stories. To wrap up, we've connected with the Stretford Paddock Lads, a passionate fan channel offering in-depth analysis, candid discussions, and comprehensive coverage of Manchester United. Their honest take on the club through victories and struggles resonates with fans worldwide, showing that soccer is more than just a game. It's a bond that strengthens communities. Here's what they had to say.
What is your first vivid memory as a United fan?
Ooh, I think the first team that I can really remember would be the 1994 Cup winning team.
So the first match was against Bolton in 2010, and my dad took me, and my dad's a Sunderland fan, you see, so Newcastle's biggest rival.
My first vivid memory is United fan. I remember when I was a little kid, my dad took me to Old Trafford, and I think it was a 0-0.
My first proper memory was going to watch Man United versus Sheffield Wednesday in 1998, I think it was. It was the 98-99 season. I think I was 4 or 5.
We played Southampton, and the game wasn't that exciting, but I was excited to be at Old Trafford, to be at the game, and to see Manchester United. And where I used to live, we used to walk to the game.
We're walking down to the ground. I remember a metal fence where they were doing some works, and I remember like running my finger across the fence and seeing all the people walking into the ground.
And I just remember going up the stairs to St James's Park, and when you see that pitch for the first time, you can't not fall in love with it. And at that moment I was hooked.
And for some reason I just remember like the rain at Wembley that day, that team winning 4-0. And playing the video, like we used to record games like on TV and just watch the video, the VHS over and over again.
And just, I was with my dad and my sister, and it was just that first feeling of like, we're doing something together and everyone's in it with us.
I remember my dad sometimes would surprise me and go, look, you know, just on the last minute we've got the game tonight. Usually the midweek games.
Everyone around you singing, everyone together. And that first goal when it went in, the first goal I saw was Kevin Newland, who put it in. And that raw and that feeling, that emotion, when you get a goal, it just hooks you. And
that real sort of fandom feeling was the first time I ever felt that. I remember thinking, oh wow, this is really cool. There's loads of people, we're all doing the same thing. And we lost 3-1, so the end wasn't as good as the start. But yeah, that feeling, I do remember that.
I think we're moving forward in the sports world. I think when you look at the soccer world or sports world, or football, as I'll call it, it's always been a bit of a difficult topic for a lot of people. People have been quite judgmental.
I feel like it's something that people are focusing more and more on, and it becoming less of something that has to be this kind of distant object that we go towards and then come back from. It's something that's coming into just how we talk about each other and how we talk about ourselves.
It's easier now for people to talk about mental health issues and those kind of things. So I think it's a lot easier for people to talk about it now. More people are speaking about it. You've got footballers and different sportsmen coming out and speaking about the different mental strains at their jobs and that everything puts himself under, which makes them appeal more human. And I think, especially with social media and all those kind of things now, you kind of get an insight into people a lot more.
There was a conversation a couple of years ago about whether Jadon Sancho, for example, was mentally well.
there was rumours and reports. We don't know if it's true or not, so I'll speculate. But there's rumours that he wasn't quite right mentally, and he went away to the Netherlands, I think, to sort of either to train or to get himself some help that he needed. I remember having these conversations with people saying when he came back, whether he was ready or not, they were saying, well, you could just play him in the next game because it's an easy game. We've got an easy game. You can play now. I was saying, well, no, because if he's not mentally ready, it doesn't matter whether it's an easy game or not. If you're not well, you're not well.
I almost don't really like the phrase mental health because it implies that it's different to other health. And it is just, to me, it's just everything. It's who we are. If, you know, your arm hurting is the same as, you know, going through something difficult with your mental health. I think that we talk about things like, oh, that's mental health, it's over there, and then we can go there and then pretend that it's okay again. Whereas it's an up and down thing that can change and evolve over time. And
I think we still have that sort of misconception that mental illness isn't as serious as a physical injury. So I'm talking about the sport or the football aspect. If I've got a broken ankle, no one's expecting me to play football if I've got a broken ankle. If I'm mentally not well, people shouldn't expect me to play football, but they might do, because they think, just shrug it off. You're all right, get your chin up.
As with everything, it starts off with companies making sort of almost pretend gestures, and then eventually those things evolve and we kind of get to a point where we understand things a bit better. So I'm glad that football and, you know, people are more open to talking about mental health, but I think we need to get to a point where it's just one and the same. That is just who you are as a person, and we can appreciate ups and downs.
So you and Stefan Paddock, you've covered games around the World Cup, the multiple Premier League games, as well as the Euros. Tell us a little bit about how soccer brings communities together.
I mean, you see it here now. You see all these people together, and you know, people from different backgrounds, people from different communities, people with different interests and loves and things that they like and don't like, but we all have this one thing in common, which is we love football and we love Manchester United. And
soccer brings communities together in thousands of different ways. When I was playing football, when I was a kid, we all used to meet up and play football. You've got lads that sort of, or girls that live in the same area that might just end up playing for a team. That brings them together.
My job is to like run streams and stuff, so we might do a watch-along show. The guys are watching the game, I'm sat behind clicking the buttons, and one of the things I get to do is like read the chat and read the comments, and from all the different videos we do. And even though I'm not out and about and stuff, just reading the comments with that sense of community and everyone chatting along and saying how much they've enjoyed the video or how much they're enjoying the game or whatever.
I also think if you look at cities or towns when something bad has happened, when you've been through something, when you've been through a difficult time, when you're struggling financially, or when you've been through a tragedy, sometimes football can be the outlets. Sometimes football can be the one thing that unites everyone.
I think that's what it does the most. I think, especially like, I go to games a lot, and there's people that we know at games, like this guy here, that, you know, you maybe would never meet in other situations, but you find yourself, there's some people that sit around me, I don't know their name, but we say hello to each other at every game, we celebrate goals together, we cry about defeats together and all those kind of things. And I think it's just beautiful, especially like you look at a stadium
where you get people from different backgrounds, diverse backgrounds, going to Old Trafford or having that connection that we all support United. I think there's a million ways that football can bring everyone together.
It's just been fantastic in terms of like connecting me with other people, being here at events like this with you guys, talking to people, meeting all these different kind of people, bringing us together.
Whether it's male, female, black, white, brown, whatever.
We all have our own team, we all have our own family.
Lastly, I want to ask you, for all the United fans around the world or soccer fans that follow you, what is your message to them around mental wellness?
I think it's just all about speaking about it, really, and just speaking to your friends.
I think when you go into a match or whatever, if you go into the pub beforehand and you're with your mates, great talking about the football, but use that opportunity of reconnection to talk about how they're doing, how things have been.
Reach out to someone, speak to someone, have that conversation. Let people know.
I've made it a conscious effort to kind of just ask my mates how they're doing and stuff a little bit. And I think it's just simple things, really, isn't it? Making sure you go and see someone, or sometimes you think about someone, just message them.
If you've got someone that you haven't spoken to for a while that you think might be struggling, reach out to them. It works both ways. It's not just about the person who's suffering to speak out. Sometimes it can be the friend or the family member of someone who's been a bit quiet, you've not heard from them for a while. They might have posted something on social media that you find a little bit troubling. Just reach out to them and just say, how's it going, you okay? You don't need to be all heavy-handed and say, are you mentally unwell? Talk to me. You just say, how's it going? Fancy going for a coffee or whatever.
But I don't like this feeling that mental wellness is something that we only look at when it's bad, and we don't celebrate when it's good, and we don't address it when it's good. And I think people need to look at it as a whole thing, rather than just oh no, something's gone wrong, let's address it and then pretend it doesn't exist again.
Wow, what an incredible journey it's been hearing these inspiring stories. Thank you to everyone who has shared their experience and insights. It's clear that soccer and sports in general play a very crucial role in supporting our mental wellness. Making these connections is vital, and I hope our campaign encourages more people to embrace their community and find strength in these shared experiences. Scientific research has shown that engaging in regular physical activity, including sports like soccer, can profoundly impact mental health. Playing sports releases endorphins, the body's natural mood enhancers, creating a sense of euphoria and reducing feelings of stress and anxiety. Additionally, being a part of a team or fan community fosters a sense of camaraderie and belonging, providing emotional support that builds resilience against life's challenges. The physical benefits are equally significant, as sports can improve sleep, boost self-esteem, and enhance cognitive function, making us sharper and more focused. So, I encourage everyone to get involved in sports. Join a local team, participate in community events, or simply get out and be active. The benefits for your mental health are immense, and the connections that you can make provide invaluable support. Remember, the journey of mental wellness is not one you have to take alone. By embracing our community, we can all find the strength to face life's challenges. Stay mentally united, stay strong, and keep pushing forward. Together, we empower. Stay united.